TV, bringing good things to life.
Popular word or sentence that says in our local dialect that whatever you eat belongs to you. So whatever you eat or whatever you take today is what enters into your system and is what you bring out. And so if you're not able to eat what is right or what is good or what is hygienic especially, you will end up having either runny tummy or getting ill here and there. Today on Regulators, we are going to discuss the outbreak of cholera, and we are going to talk about the illness. We're going to talk about the side effects. We are going to talk about the risk factors, diagnosis and detection, treatment, prevention, and control. But need I remind you that the outbreak of COVID-19 and the washing of hands has also helped us in recording less and less number of cholera cases, because we keep washing our hands, we keep sanitizing, and so whatever we pick unknowingly, we sanitize our hands. And so when we buy something, even on the roadside, and we decide to eat, we may have washed our hand even before, eating the food, or sanitize our hands before eating the food. And so wherever that virus is going to get into our system, it goes down or it dies down through the hand washing or through the sanitizing of our hands. My name is Nafa Lekwako. After the break, we'll come back and we'll delve more into this.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us on Facebook, Adoatv Ghana. On WhatsApp, don't forget to share your comments with us on 050-925-7753. I've been joined by Winfred Ameho, is the Asi Eduketeke District Officer of the Ghana Red Cross Society, and Leonard Lamte, District Officer of the Ghana West. Hello, guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Interesting. I nearly mentioned Winfred by school. Anyways, Winfred, can you tell us who the Red Cross is and what you stand for?
Okay. The Red Cross is a humanitarian organization.
Okay.
Yeah. Born out of the desire to bring assistance to war victims without discrimination.
Okay.
It also seeks to help in poverty alleviation and saving life by looking at who needs the help most.
Okay.
Yeah. We have principles that guide whatever we do.
Okay. Before you get to the principles, you are saying that you only get to work when there's something that needs your help, or there's someone that needs your help.
Not necessarily when the person needs our help, but we prepare. We will do what we call disaster preparedness.
Okay.
So we prepare towards whatever happens. We have capacity building. We do all that so that before the thing happens, we are resourced so that we know what to do when it happens.
So what was the last time you had to help out in anything that's happened in the country?
Even right now, we are doing cholera education and community sensitization. Yes.
Okay. You were talking about some principles.
Yeah. So this principle help us to deliver our services without discrimination. First one is humanity. Society born out of desire to assist humans who are injured at battlefield or any human that need our help. We don't care whether you are a white man, a black man, don't care whether you are a politician, you don't care about your religion. Once you are a human being and you need assistance that we can help with, we are ready to help.
And if you find yourself in Ghana, then you are qualified?
Not only in Ghana, we are worldwide. Red Cross is in about 153 countries now. So it means we are almost worldwide. We're in almost every country. The last time I checked, I think only 3 countries that don't have Red Cross in it yet. So we are everywhere, and we are known as a family. One of our principles is unity, which means that there can be only one Red Cross in any country. So like Ghana, we have only one Ghana Red Cross. You can't have Ghana Red Cross Accra, Ghana Red Cross another Accra, maybe in Madina, Ablekuma. It is Ghana Red Cross Society. So whether you find yourself in Ablekuma, Asheru Keteke, La, we are the same people. We are like one family. So the same way when you go to Togo Red Cross, Ghana Red Cross, once you belong to the Red Cross family, they see you as a family.
So a family in the whole world.
Yes, that's it.
Interesting. Now, Leonard, can you tell us more?
Yes, and to add to what my brother just said, one of our vision is to be the largest volunteer base.
Okay.
So we have a lot of volunteers who continue to do the educations and continue to help alleviate sufferings and things. So we and then one of the key principles that we work with is volunteerism.
Okay.
So most of our work is voluntary.
So it means that you don't get anything out of it. You don't
Oh,
get paid.
voluntary. When you say voluntary, we mean you giving out yourself to work. Okay. Whatever comes out of it is maybe an appreciation, but as to going to charge, take money, yes. So most of our work is voluntary.
So whatever service you render to anyone, you
yes,
don't take anything?
No, we don't take anything.
Wow, interesting. So if I find myself being knocked down by a vehicle, you happen to be there.
Yes.
What would you do?
Yeah, I have to assist with any available material. I have to do whatever I can do to keep you alive and take you to the hospital.
Okay, so you work more or less like a health professional?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes, but we are not professionals.
Okay.
We are first aiders. Okay, so I'll only do something to keep you alive up to the time you get to the hospital and hand over to the doctor. That's what we actually do. So when the doctor comes there, even at the scene, then my work is finished. I don't continue. I hand over to the doctor. If the ambulance arrive at the scene, I hand over to the ambulance. But once the ambulance is not there and the doctor is not there, what I do is that I have to continue to do what I can do to keep you alive, to save life, and send you to the hospital.
Interesting. Winfred,
Yeah.
which other institutions do you work hand in hand with?
Yeah, we
I
work
heard
with
your brother mention ambulance. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking.
we are subsidiary to the humanitarian service providers in the country, like the Ghana Health Service, National Ambulance Service, NADMO, all those that also have the passion to save life. We work with them.
So if there's flooding today,
Yeah.
you call on the NADMO calls on you. You both do the work together.
We do the work together, yes.
So what do you intend sharing if there's a flood today?
If there's flood, we are specialized in first aid, giving first aid. Maybe NADMO has other resources like maybe canoe, life jacket, and other things. So when you get to the site, whatever you can do, you do your side. The other person also do his side to help save life. Yeah.
I'm tempted to ask this. How do you get something into your pockets if the whole work is all about volunteerism?
Okay. Like how Lenny said, volunteerism just means that you give out your free time and you'll be appreciated. So you don't charge that, okay, when you call me out today, I'm taking 100 Ghana for the day. No, we go, at the end of the day, whatever we are giving, we just accept and come back home. So it's not a profession, it's not a job. So you don't join Red Cross because you are looking for a job, because you'll be disappointed.
So do you do this full time?
No.
You don't do it full time?
No.
Why?
Because it's not a job.
The two of you said no at the same time.
Yes.
Why don't you do it full time?
Because it's not a job that they can pay us salaries at the end of the month.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am a worker. I'm a teacher at Hotcast.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So when Red Cross needs me, they call
go.
me. I ask permission from my headmaster. When he allows me, I go.
So if you are teaching around that time, what happens?
Then I won't go. Yes, we are many. So if I didn't go, doesn't mean that we don't get anybody to do the work.
Help.
Yeah.
Leonard, what do you do aside this kind of work?
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher as well. Interesting. So you teach kids or
I teach
adults?
basic school.
Basic school.
Yes.
Which school is that?
It's at Gan West.
Gan West. What's the name of the school?
Nice Manchi Basic, MA Basic.
MA Basic.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So which class specifically do you teach?
Junior high.
Junior high. So we're talking
So
about
basic
Form
1,
Form
basic
2.
7, basic 8, basic 9.
Basic 7, basic
8.
Which one is it?
That's what we normally call junior high,
GSS1.
GHS 1.
You know, when we're in school, we're always having the GHS 1, GHS 2. Okay, so now it's basic 7, 8, and 9. Oh, okay. So these are the classes that you teach. Interesting. So if today you are being called to come back to work, what happens if you are in class or you don't have class? You need to ask for permission and leave.
I don't go.
You don't go?
Yes. Today I have to go to school.
Okay.
After school, I come to do my volunteerism.
Oh. I like the fact that it's a volunteering job. Yeah. Now, why did you choose cholera this time around? Because we know we are entering into a time or a season where we would have a lot of harmattan in the coming days or by the end of this month.
Yeah.
So why cholera around this time?
Okay. We do this education not only around this time, almost every year when the rains are about to come and during the rainy season. Okay. This time you realize that whether it's a corona that has changed everything, the weather has changed, the climate has changed. Look at this time, that rain is still falling. Yeah. It's something like a very big change. And we know that cholera normally thrive on a moist environment. Yeah. So during the rainy season, that is when it comes out more. That's when it spread. And flowing water also carries those feces, rubbish, all that to maybe people's house and to other places where flies pick those things into our homes, and it helps the cholera to spread more. So during that time, we try to educate the public so that they'll be more cautious and prevent the cholera. Yeah.
Now, Leonard, we know that, or most people would say that if you have cholera, it means that you've eaten feces. How true is that?
That's true. That's true, because this bacteria.
So if you have cholera, if you've had cholera before, you've eaten someone's feces.
Yes. Yes. These bacteria, not only someone's feces, because when a person vomits, the bacteria are in it. So cholera, whilst you are visiting the feces Once you are coming out to the toilet, you are vomiting at the same
Vomiting at
time.
the same time,
So if the person vomits, the bacteria are in it. So the bacteria may settle on the surfaces. You go to hold it. You don't wash your hands well. You eat with it, and then you get the bacteria. So you also get it. So I think the cholera has been bad but good. It has, the COVID, sorry, the COVID has been bad but good. Because it has helped us to continue washing our hands. So I think it is something that is helping.
So in your own case,
yes,
you wish that COVID would go,
yes,
but you wish that it would stay around a little longer
no,
so that we can wash
no.
our hands always. Because the moment we hear, we are Ghanaians, the moment we hear that, oh, COVID is gone, you think we'll start washing our hands again? We are done.
No, it's becoming part of our life. So now everywhere you see Veronica buckets.
There's something to wash your hand with.
Yes, there's something to wash your hand with. Okay, but as to whether there's water in it is another problem. But you see Veronica buckets.
You see, we are in a country where there are acute water shortages here and there.
Yeah.
And so you cannot always predict when there is water or when there is no water. Because there's a community I know about who have not had flowing water in the last 3 years. So you can imagine.
Yeah.
You need always fresh water. If you don't get the water, it means that you need to depend on sachet water.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on. What are some of the symptoms, the basic ones that we could easily detect to see that someone is suffering from cholera? Because one of the symptoms is vomiting.
Yeah.
And any other person who has any other type of illness can vomit, depending on the person's system. Yeah. So what are some of the easiest symptoms you can get?
Okay. Cholera is an acute diarrhea. All right. So one, the stool should let you know that this is cholera. Okay. Because you have this rice water-like.
That is where I don't get it. Because some rice waters are a bit.
No, not the thick one.
Not the thick one.
Not the banku-like type. But this one is the watery type.
The watery type.
Good.
So it's more or less like a lot of water with little.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the person may have you have the fever, like high temperature.
High temperature. Okay.
Yes. The person will be weak. The person will have the dilated eye because the person is losing a lot of water.
Okay.
So these are some of the signs that you can see.
Okay. Is there a wish to always drink water when you are going through this? You're always thirsty?
Very important.
Okay.
Yes, but I would have preferred if you can do the ORS.
Not all of us know how to do the ORS, so I'll come back to that, and then we can, if possible, if you don't find the real ORS in the sachet for you to pour in a bottle before you mix it up here and there, I'll come back to telling us how we can do that, because some of the taste of the ORS is more or less like sugar. So we always predict that we can do it at home. Apart from that, Winfred, what other things that can we easily detect? Because this one is telling me that restlessness or irritability, the person feels uneasy. So around that time, what would you do to the person if you are home with the person? You are not there, I am there, but what can I do?
Okay, what you can do is the person is losing water or fluid that is causing the person to be feeling thirsty, weak, and all that. So what you do is replace the fluid the person is losing.
How do you do that?
Yes, ORS or even water, clean, safe water.
Clean, safe water?
Yes.
So which one is the clean, safe water? This is the pure water that we're doing.
Well, we call it pure water, but
not all is pure.
No, that water is not supposed to be called pure water.
It's supposed to be called
water. Or mineral water, because it contains minerals. Pure water doesn't contain minerals. There's nothing in the pure water.
So there's nothing like pure water?
There's pure water in the science laboratories.
But not the one we've been drinking?
No, that one is mineral water.
From today, let's change, okay?
We can't change because it's like common something that we are used to. So get a person enough fluid, water, ORS, coconut juice.
Okay. Why not any other fruits but coconut?
Okay. Coconut, where it is very difficult to get contaminated. Yes. Look at the coconut shell. What organism can penetrate into that and go into the water? Maybe during transportation to the person, it may get contaminated, but it is quite safer. Yeah, tendency is low than other fruit juice maybe the
I was thinking you were
preparation.
going to say because most of the fruits are acidic and the person is running, so we are not supposed to take it here and there.
Not
Not
necessarily,
necessarily, but
because
you
the
can.
person
If
needs
the fruit is
fluid.
hygienic, you can take
Yes,
it.
person need fluid in the person, so
Okay.
it's okay. Once you can replace that fluid. And drinking coconut water is contain a lot. It's getting to like ORS, the taste. Sometimes
Okay.
it's not that sweet. So I think it contains a little salt in it to replace the salt the person is losing and the water the person is losing. So if you get this thing for the person to be drinking frequently, as soon as the person either defecate or vomit, he has to drink. And even before he even goes, he has to continue drinking so that he can replace the fluid that the person is losing. Then the person will be a little bit strong as you go to the hospital.
Now, Leonard, you know when you get to the hospital and you tell doctor, I think I have malaria. The first thing some of the doctors would ask, who told you you have malaria? You are not supposed to tell the doctor what you have. At this instance, if the person gets to the health center, how can the doctor detect? Is it by the actions of the person, or the person has to go through some kind of test?
When you get to the hospital, you need to tell the doctor what is wrong with you or what is happening.
So you give him the symptoms.
Give him the symptoms. The doctor will just tell you, or suspect
You have this.
you have this. Then he give you medication towards that.
So the medication, if you know, not all of us are able to finish the medications as and when we are supposed to finish. We take it today and then tomorrow morning we are fine and we leave it. Most of us are used to it. The way you are laughing, I know you do it a lot. So.
Not that I do, but
Okay.
I understand why they do and understand why they should not do.
You understand why we do? Why should we do that? Why
We do that because we feel we are strong.
But sometimes the medicines are too many for us to contain.
You know, medicines are doses. They give you in a dose. Now, these microorganisms, when you start hitting them with the medicine, they try to also develop something to protect themselves from the medicine. But the more the medicine comes, the more they become weak, and die off. So when you start today, tomorrow, the third day, that they are very weak, and you stop, they realize, oh, okay, the killer is no more coming. Then they also develop resistance to the killer, the medicine. When the medicine, they become aggressive. When they are now attacking you, you are taking the same medicine, it doesn't work any longer. Because they know, oh, this man again, oh, don't mind him. Then it becomes different thing for you.
Okay. Now, how do we prepare the ORS? Okay. Especially when it happens at night and there is no pharmacy anywhere near you. How do you prepare it?
Okay. Okay. Preparing of ORS is not that difficult, but it is best to have the sachet always with you because you will need a clean water. That means you have to boil the water for the germs to die, or even.
So you cannot use bottled water.
You can use, but since we are not very sure of the source of that bottled water, we just need to prepare ORS. Maybe me like this, I will still be having
some doubt.
But maybe other people don't have any concern. Okay, so you use 2 teaspoons full of sugar and 1 teaspoonful of salt. Then you mix in a.
Okay, you're talking about teaspoon or tablespoon?
Teaspoon. If it's teaspoon,
okay,
teaspoon.
So we are not talking about the one we use in frequently eating.
No.
We're talking about the smaller one.
Yes, smaller
I mean, the ones we normally use for babies.
Yes.
Okay, so 2 teaspoons of sugar. And 1 teaspoon of salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you mix in water. Okay. In water about 625 milliliters. Okay. So that's about 1 beer bottle.
1 beer bottle.
Yeah.
Is it the same as the big bottle of any of this? The medium size.
The medium is okay.
Okay. Medium is okay. So that one.
Yes.
And how long should it last with you, Leonard?
It shouldn't. That when you after mixing it, you just take it frequently. Now, anytime the person goes to or pass the stool, you have to replace it. So continue drinking. When you finish, you have to prepare. So continue drinking till you get to the hospital, and then the doctors take it over from there. But you don't leave it overnight. And tomorrow, then I'll drink it. I'll continue. No.
So the moment I prepare this, let's take it that this is ORS.
Yes.
So I prepare it, let's say around 4 in the evening, and it's 6 in the morning. I'm supposed to throw the rest away.
Yeah. If you prepare it and you are drinking it, It's in process. But it should finish.
It should finish before
Yes.
6.
If only you have
You
cholera.
have cholera. Or you have
Severe-
severe diarrhea.
Yes, severe
It should
diarrhea.
finish.
It should finish.
SMO. Now we've realized that there are a lot of stagnant water bodies here and there, especially when it has to do with areas where constructions are ongoing, like road constructions here and there. They are not yet finished, but some part of it has been demolished, and so you realize that when it rains, it settles there.
Yeah.
In this instance, how do we prevent it? Because these are people living in the same area, and they cannot go away from that place.
Okay. The best way of preventing cholera is hygiene.
Okay.
Hygiene. Drinking safe water. We say safe water, which means that you are very sure of the source, and when you bring it home, you either boil, no, you first sieve, boil.
How do you sieve it?
Okay, any clean material, like maybe a cloth, clean cloth, you fold it.
It should be white.
Yes, so, because white you can see a lot of things in it. If there's any
dirt
you can see, yeah. Then you pour the you use it to cover maybe a bowl, a clean bowl, or a bucket. Yes, everything you want to use must be very clean, because the bacteria, they are very small. You can't see with our eyes. Okay, so you used to cover the container, then somebody pour the water on it, and to sieve through. After that, you boil for at least 5 minutes. Water should boil for at least 5 minutes. Then leave it to cool, covering it to cool. Then you are sure that that water is safe. If not, you use what you call the aqua tablet. Yeah, it's a chlorine tablet. Okay. And so you drop one.
Is it sold in any pharmacy?
Yeah. Yes.
So I can walk into any pharmacy and get it?
Yes. And say you want aqua
anyway,
tab,
not just any pharmacy where you can get it.
Where you can get it?
Yes, most of the pharmacies have it.
Have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it expensive?
No, I think it's 2 cedis or 3 cedis.
Yeah, a strip is 2 cedis.
How many strips? How many tablets are in one strip?
10.
10 tablets.
Yes,
Yeah.
five.
Okay. So how often should you use it?
Okay.
1 tablet for 1 bucket?
Not a bucket, but a jerrycan, like what we call the 4 gallon. That size. I think that is about.
There are
The
different
yellow
sizes.
Yes.
Is it a big one?
Not the
yellow,
big one.
The
The
medium,
medium one,
Okay.
yeah.
So
1 tablet into that.
into it.
You wait for at least 30 minutes before you use the water. The tablet settles the dirt and also kills the germs in it. So if it happens that you are using that yellow gallon, then it means that you must be very careful, because when you are pouring the water, it will mix up. So if you have maybe an open container like a bucket, what you call the 34 size bucket, you drop one in it, you can fetch the water on top as the dirt is below. Yeah.
Now this one also says that how we can get, or common causes of cholera include foods and drinks sold by street vendors, vegetables grown with water containing human waste, raw or uncooked fish, and seafood caught in water polluted with sewage. Yes. Now we have a normal sea that we know. This is the sea that we know. We know that a lot of refuse goes into it. How do we get a fish that has not gone through it? Because definitely we'll have them.
Sea water is the most contaminated water. So any food that you get from the sea, like the fishes that we have, it must be well cooked or boiled. Okay. Now, I wonder why people catch the fish and start chewing fresh fish. You must boil it.
Please wash it first.
Wash it and boil it and make sure the bacteria or the germs are dead before you can consume it. So seawater is the most contaminated water. So you need to treat the fish well before eating it.
Some of us come to work from morning and we close late. Here then we still eat outside food. How do we know that this food is not contaminated?
So whatever you take in, you must be very careful about it. So know where you buy your food, not any vendor at all. Look at the surrounding of the food, and then make sure the surrounding is good.
Okay.
Where flies.
But it's not about the surrounding. You see, I always say that it is where the food is coming from, even before getting to the surrounding, that you got to know. Because you don't even know where the person cooked it from. You can't know the water that the person used. You can't be asking questions. So how do we do this?
Then it's a problem.
we cannot go without eating.
It's a problem. So that's why I said know where exactly you buy your food.
Buy your food.
Yes. So that sometimes we think some places are so expensive, so we just go to the cheap side. Maybe you go there, but when you get the disease, you spend more. So I think you have to know where you buy your food. Yes.
Let me add to that. We are doing a very important work for those who buy food outside. That is the Cholera project we are doing right now within our communities. We are educating food vendors on how to cook safe food for us.
So teach us how to cook safe food in our homes.
Okay. In the context of this Cholera project, safe food, you must clean your surrounding very well. If you have any rubbish, you have to cover it so that flies will not perch on it, come and perch on something else. The utensils you are using to cook the food, you have to wash them very well. You have to wash your own hands very well. The vegetables you bought from the market, you don't know where they are coming from before getting to the market. You have to wash them properly. Then when you cook and you serve the food hot. If the person is not there to eat, you have to cover it so that flies will not come around. Usually it's these flies that transmit this disease to us. So we want to take those things away. So we are teaching food vendors. We did one at the station, I think 3 weeks ago. Next week we'll be going there again. This Wednesday we're going to Odona. Yesterday we were at Tabuglushi.
Why are you targeting areas where there are a lot of, would I say, stagnant water? Because we know the Agugloshi has never been dried before. In fact, the place has never been dried. Even when we are in the dry season, the place still looks wet or moist.
Yes. So just as you earlier said, stagnant water, this contaminated water.
So that's why I go back to Agugloshi. I wish that you spend a lot of time with the Agugloshi.
Yes, we are trying our best. Yeah. Even yesterday, meeting the other sub chiefs, they were very happy and they request that they want to organize a deba for us. They come and talk to all the people there. So within this and next week, we'll be going back there to talk to them. So we are doing a very important work in that regard. Yeah.
And before we come back to the vaccine and all that we need to know about it, I'd like to announce our phone lines here activated. Please, when you call, do what to lower the volume of your TV set and then speak to us. Now, is there a vaccine that all of us can, you know, COVID-19 is here. We all have to go for a vaccine just to get ourselves safe. Is there a vaccine like that for cholera?
Yeah, there is a vaccine, or there are vaccines, for that. But in Ghana, it has not been announced or, let me say, outdoor. So we are not like aware of vaccine for cholera yet. So for now, let's say there's no vaccine.
Interesting. What are we waiting for, Leonard?
I think.
What are we waiting for?
I think cholera is a seasonal disease. It is not
so
like.
we should wait for the season.
No, it's not like COVID that has been with us. We are in the second year. Yeah, cholera comes and go. So it's like we are not much focused on it.
Okay.
And sometimes, some years it will come and then very small number will be affected, and then it is curtailed. But some years it will escalate. So we are not focused much on it. If you have focused much on it, I'm sure we would have looked for the vaccine and then bring the vaccine to the system. But let's pray that cholera vanishes from the country and it doesn't come in again, so that we will not go and use huge sum of dollars to buy the vaccines. Yes.
Now, Winfred, as a pupil teacher, how are we able to teach kids on, because kids are moved by what they see and what they are attracted to. And so even though they don't know where the food is being prepared from, because they are having this nice aroma around, they try to taste it and all that. How do you teach them what to do around these times? Okay.
Likewise, we teach the adults, we teach the children the same way. We usually use these materials like pictures of people washing their hands under clean water with soap. Then eating hot food. You see that the picture depicts food with like smoke or vapor, that kind of. And also defecating in the toilet, not just around. And even if around, you see that it will be far from water bodies, we use those pictures to teach them. And it's like children with pictures is stick in their mind more than talking words. So that's what we use, and they pick it.
They pick it.
Yeah.
So this year, will we say that the outbreak of cholera has gone down drastically?
Yes. Yes.
And what would we attribute this to?
I can say that the hand washing is one activity that has helped that we don't see cholera around. And then I think education is going down gradual, small, and they will get it.
They'll pick it up.
Yes.
Now let's come back to open defecation. We know that there are communities. Hey, Lena, did you even let me finish? You know, when you travel on the Dodowa stretch, I mean, going to Dodowa, Sumanya, you realize that most of the communities have this flag or this billboard that says that open defecation free. Yes. You see it in those areas. But when you come down to the south, we are still facing this problem. How do we prevent this and still prevent cholera? Because we can't kill two things at the same time. We need to finish one and then tackle the other. Leonard?
It still boils down on education.
Okay.
The first step is to educate the person why he shouldn't do that. And the next thing is that we ask ourselves, do we have the facilities around, the toilets around?
Okay.
Now, if every home should have a toilet, I'm sure this thing will not happen. If every home should have a toilet, and then at least in the community, if we have this public toilet, which is kept clean, people will not go to the seashore to go and then do their own thing there. So the first thing is education, and then another thing is that we should ensure that every home should have a toilet, and that will be that will solve the problem. If not, when the thing is coming,
you can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
When you're in town, it comes. You don't even want to be there.
Yes, yes. So I think we only have to plead with everyone that we find a place where there is toilet, and then go there, pay a token, and then ease yourself.
But
there.
you see, I don't understand why a sachet of water should be 20 pesos, and when you want to visit the place, it is rather 50 or 80 pesos. I still want to wrap my head around this amount. 20 pesos and 50 pesos. The difference is huge. Why would people go? Okay, I mean it's a bad thing though, but we need to find a way around it. Okay, my producer is telling me that it is no longer 50 pesos, it's 80 pesos.
Wow.
So imagine, so if you want to pee, it's rather 50 pesos. But if you want to go and ease yourself, I mean, it's 80 pesos. This is way too much. Like I can get 4 sachets of pure water out of it. So why would the person even spend that amount on this? Anyways, government or whoever is in authority, and then I think AMA should bring back the toilet at half price back into the system, because it says that if you have some amount of money, the assembly would also support you with that amount and then get it fixed for you. So I think that we need to go back on that. Now, Winfred, if there's an outbreak today, what will be the response from Ghana Health Service, from your end?
Red Cross.
Ghana Red Cross Society.
Okay. What we usually do is education.
Okay.
Primarily, we do education. So if there should be outbreak right now, what we will first going to do is to educate. During the education, we try to help the household to disinfect.
But can it be transmitted from one person to another?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
If I have the bacteria is in my vomitors and my feces, so once it's coming out, the bacteria will be all over me. The person caring for me, if he didn't protect himself well, he quickly have it.
How should he or she protect him or herself?
Okay. If you don't have the money to buy gloves, now nose mask is everywhere at least. Fine. But let's say maybe it's my brother, and if I'm wearing those, I'll feel like it's disgusting kind of. So I'll go raw like that. if you go roll like that, the water you use to clean him should have chlorine in it to kill the germs.
So if you don't have chlorine, what should you have?
Soap. Should have soap.
Not
should use
salt.
soap. No.
Okay.
Salt.
Soap, rather.
Salt. Maybe to be in some high concentration. Otherwise, it will serve as a conducive atmosphere for the bacteria to grow more.
Wow.
Yes.
So we shouldn't use salt.
No. So salt water that we know those days that you can use to wash your vegetables and it kill germs. This time no, because it rather helps them to grow well.
So if I buy vegetables from the market,
yeah,
what should I use? I know I can't use soap.
Yes, you can use soap. So wash it as many times
vinegar?
as possible. Yes, you can use vinegar.
Is the best.
That one is also good.
But I can't use salt.
No.
Wow. Interesting.
Yes. So the person has to make sure he clean himself very well with the chlorine solution. As you say, there's no chlorine solution. Then the soap. Just after caring for the person, washing his things, quickly go and bath and also clean your environment. That is what can save you. Otherwise, you quickly have it, and the whole household will have it.
Yes.
That's how cholera is. If one person
So cleaning,
it,
you can disinfect by using any of the antiseptics?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can use any antiseptic to disinfect the whole place. Then you'll be free. You have Dettol to wash the person's clothes, even to drop in your water and bath. It all helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akasha.
Yeah.
Akasha. Yes.
That's too harsh.
No, I know it's a chlorine.
Okay, for you to use in cleaning.
In cleaning,
Oh,
it's
okay.
chlorine.
Surfaces.
Yeah.
Yes, the surfaces, you can get Akasha and clean the room with it.
Yeah.
Even with the concentration, if it is a little bit less, you can use it in washing some of the clothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about hand sanitizer? Cleaning the surfaces? Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay.
It's
yes,
okay.
yes.
So, because now it's in abundance.
Yeah.
You can get it anywhere.
Anyway.
So it's okay for us to use that one. Now, in terms of protecting yourself, as you are educating us on what cholera is all about, if there is an outbreak, how do you get the materials to protect yourself, to take care of that patient?
Do you mean with the Red Crosses or the household?
Yes.
Okay. Our offices help us. Our regional office, our
Even though
headquarters.
it's a voluntary service?
Yes, they have the resources there. So they help us also to do the work. We are volunteering our time and our energy. So I can't put myself. I can't put myself at risk.
Okay.
So they give me the resources. I also go in with my time and energy to do the education, do the disinfection, and all that I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. And then, what has been the most difficult aspects of this job?
People understanding us. You go
Understanding
to yes, you go to a place. Sometimes they think you have been sent by the government.
Yeah.
Oh, you brought the money. Bring the money and let's show you have taken the money. Sometimes you go there to help. Who are you? That is the most difficult aspect. The rest, we manage it. But the most difficult aspect is understanding that we are coming to help you. That's the problem.
But you've never had any instance or any issue of you not being able to help, especially when you are in school? I mean, when school vacates, you are free.
Yes.
But when school is still in session?
Yes, but when I'm in school and it's the timing, I have something to do in school, no. Other volunteers goes to do the work.
And how do you feel? If you're not
Sometimes
able
I
to
feel
go?
bad. I feel bad. If I'm unable to help, I feel bad. But then I try my best and adjust the time. So when I don't have anything doing and there's volunteerism work somewhere, I rush and then
Get it done.
yes.
Winfred, what has been the most difficult aspect of this job?
Like Lenny said, during even COVID, we were in the community educating. Someone said,
COVID-19?
Yes.
Okay.
Because people belong to MPP, they give you the money, you are here, that you are working. With our government will come, you will see. We want the society to know that Red Cross is an organization that is impartial. We don't take side. Even at stadium, we go there to give, to help give. Team players think that because you are in Accra, you belong to us, so they don't want you to touch them. I'm telling you, even this Saturday we experienced the same at Accra Sports Stadium.
And what did you do?
What do we do? We have to go our way.
So you left?
Of course. They say, don't touch me. What will you do? When you touch and they slap you, what do we
service
do?
were you going to render to them?
Okay, the player has been kicked and is on the field, so the referee asks us to come and lift him for first aid in his team area. So we went. They agreed we lift them out to the.
What team was that? You don't want to mention.
Okay, so we lifted him to the touch line. They gave him
Okay.
first aid, but I realized that still he couldn't walk. He was limping.
Okay.
So we want to help to take him to his team area, and they said no. Even Lenny wanted to get annoyed because it's our work and it was a live match. People would think that we are not doing our work.
Okay.
That's what the community. That's the trouble they give us. Yes, they think we belong to government or we take side. Red Cross, once we are in this uniform, if you are doing politics here, people will be looking at you. You finish and I'll walk out. You'll be surprised. Oh, why you didn't talk? If I'm not in the uniform, no problem. We will do our argument. But once we are in the uniform, we don't take side in any argument, any hostility, any kind of ideological those things, because we don't want you to like add us to maybe one group. Because a day you will need us, and you say this people they belong to this group, so I won't call them. No, we don't want that to happen. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you so much. But with roping in more personnel to add up to what you already have, how do you do that?
Yeah, if you want to be a member of the society, it's not difficult. You don't need anything. You don't need any education to be a member.
Wow.
You don't need any certificate to be a member. Okay. You just have to pick a form, just fill, and then you pay your yearly dues. And that's all. First time you pay 20 cedis. Okay. Then you renew it 10 cedis yearly. Oh. The whole year.
So from January to December is
20 cedis. First time.
So first time is 20 cedis. So the next year I pay 10 cedis. So I can choose to pay it in December. So every year I can choose to pay it in December.
Yes. You can choose to pay it in January, go and sleep. December.
This is nice.
Yes, sir. So it's a voluntary something. When you come, we'll take you through our activities, take you through first aid, and then you take it from there. But if you want to be a first aider, you have to go through training. Then you'll be certificated.
Who
we train you. Okay. Yes, we'll take you through training. Then you'll be certificated by making sure that you understand what you have been taught and you can practice it.
As well.
Yes, and you'll be certificated by the head office.
The two of us, we are first instructors. So you come and train you people here.
You come and train me?
Yes, all of you in first aid management.
Okay. when would that be?
It's behind up to you. Yes.
Interesting. Thank you so much for your time and thanks for education. I mean, we've learned a lot when it comes to cholera, what we are supposed to do. If you are living beside any stagnant water today, you know what you do. If you are cooking outside, please stop and find a place inside or a small part of your room. Cook there, make sure that there are no flies that would enter into any of your meals or any other thing. If you are working or if you are a full-time worker, you don't get to eat in your homes, please do well to get your foods very hot when you are eating, and when you are getting fruits too, you should be careful where you get your fruits from. The fruits that has been sliced should be in a glass, very clean, without flies here and there. My name is Nafa Alikwaku. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for staying with us throughout. Thank you so much to my producer and to the technical crew. Thank you so much. God bless you for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
We are out. We'll come your way same time next week, Monday. Before then, enjoy the rest of our programs.